What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, the show where we'll help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week, as you can see here, we have got a cool week ahead of us. We're going to cover some awesome mods. But before we jump into anything, I want to take a second to say thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed on the content. Also, thank you to the mod authors because you guys are killing it. Alpha 20 is due out by the end of the year, hopefully by the end of the year. And you guys are still out here just smashing away, creating mods, updating mods. You guys are making the game so much better. Thank you for all you do. I'm so excited for what you guys are going to bring for Alpha 20. I cannot wait. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the mods. So now our first mod is called Hidden Hatches by 308. And it's actually a really cool mod that takes the normal hatches kind of out of the... Well, it doesn't take them out of the game. It leaves them in, but it adds better hatches. So as you can see here, I've got some concrete looking hatches down, and then I've got this little wooden hatch. Well, the cool thing about this mod is you've got a bunch of different sizes. So you've got a 1x1 wood hatch, which is this one here. You've got a 1x1 concrete hatch, which is this one here. These two, there's the wood and there's the concrete ones. And if you see, you've got these little hinges there that look just so good that, let me get this off so you guys can see the hinges, that 308 has added. And it just looks amazing. I love that look. It looks really good. But then you've also got a 2x2 here, which, looks really good, except for the way that I have it laid down. Doesn't look quite as good. And then you've got a big 3x3 here, which looks really good, especially if you've got it set like that, because it looks like it's actually bolted in. And then, I forgot where I placed them for a second there. Then you have over here, you have this massive 6x6, or I'm sorry, 6x4 here. And you've got two versions of a 6x4. You've got a non-powered and a powered version. Now, if you're using the powered version, this one here, you actually do have to have this set up with the DMT tools. You can't do it just through the normal mod. But right now, I'm just using the non-powered 6x4 there. I put another one there, I don't remember why. But I was playing around, testing everything out, and it's like, man, these are really neat. These actually work really good in a base too, because they don't have the same... I don't know if it's called like a texture map or what, but it doesn't impact when you walk on it. Now, some hatches, when you walk on them, they kind of they cause your character to act a little different, a little weird, and it can actually interfere with stuff. But this, because of how smooth they are, there's not that problem. You can just walk across them with no issue. And also, if you've got these set up in a particular area, there's not a normal frame on the edge that a zombie could attach to and walk across, which is important. Oop, I don't mean to close those. Like, I'll show you what I mean. So if I take that down and I close that, they can walk across them, sure. But if I open this up, now there's nothing there. The zombie's going to fall straight through. And it's the same way with a door. Like, if you have a door down, zombies can walk through because they can stay along that ledge. It's harder for them, yes, but they can do it. But with these, there's no ledge there. So it more or less, makes it impossible for the zombies to stick to it, which is really why I like these, because you can create little drop traps and stuff like that. Just, they work really well with that. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next mod. So our next mod is called Vehicle Lift by 308, and it's also another super cool mod that 308 has done. So if you look in here, you see I've got like a Jeep underground. So the reason I like this mod so much is it lets you really, keep your base a lot cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and move my motorcycle out of the way. You walk in. You click this, look, boom, up comes the Jeep. So you can get in the Jeep and you can drive it around, except when I built this base, I didn't take into account how high the Jeep was, because I really don't ever use them all that much. I mostly just use motorcycles. So it doesn't really work all that well to get the Jeep out. But if I pick this up and then I come here, I get on the motorcycle, you can actually come here, hop off, and then lower it down. Now, of course, it moves the vehicles around a little bit, but that's okay because of what this does, because it actually blends pretty seamlessly into the floor. Like, yeah, the shade is a little bit brighter than the surrounding stuff, and of course, when you're looking at it, you can see the used door, but it actually, works really good to keep a base clean. And depending upon how you have your base set up, if you're one of those guys that likes to do, most of your important stuff underground with a lot of blocks in between, you can actually set this up, pull your vehicle, raise it up like this, pull your vehicle on here, raise it down, and then like crawl through whatever little hatch and stuff you have set up to keep zombies and stuff out. And then, you've got your ability to loot your stuff, because if you sit on here, and I'll show you what happens. It kind of wonkdifies it a little bit, and you see how it doesn't work exactly right the whole time. If you're sitting on here when you do it, it kind of makes it janky a little bit. But it is still a fantastic mod. I love this mod a lot. I've been using it a lot lately with some of the different base builds, testing stuff out since I've seen this mod. It's really, really fun to use because of how it lets you build your base, and especially if you've got multiple people, stuff like that, you know, with multiple vehicles and stuff, you can set up, you know, a lot better, a lot cleaner looking base with a nice little clean garage. So that's why I really like this mod, and that's why I'm recommending it to you guys now. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next mod. Alright folks, so our next mod is called Supply Drops by Chicken/Just Do As I Do, and it's a cool little mod that gives you some different grenade types that you can find while you're out and about looting. So you've got the original mod just gives you this, which summons in kind of a normal supply drop, but then they've updated it to give you ammo, books, food, and medical. So what's going to happen is you're going to have this item like this in your hand, and you're going to come out. As you see, I've already got some stuff down. So you're going to set it down like this, and then after about 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to start spawning in just like that. See how they fall down? So what you do is you come over here, and it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's part of the game or mod or what, but once you loot it, you see you've got different stuff. Now this is just the normal supply one. This is just, you know, like what you would normally find in a supply drop. This one over here, I think, is the ammo one. Oh no, this was the books one. So it gives you books, money, paper, stuff like that. Like you get all the normal stuff you would get. This one is food. So of course you see I got food. And then this one is ammo. So, you know, we get ammo. And then this one is medical, so we get some medical stuff. Now, the cool thing about this is none of these are super duper OP. The drops themselves, yeah, you're going to get a little bit of boost. So this is actually really good for new players, especially because, like, if you don't know how to loot properly, you don't know what POIs are good for what, you're out, you know, you're trying to figure stuff out. This is really good for you because as you find these, this is going to give you just a little bit more stuff to kind of help you along your journey. And it's also good for, like, if you do PvP and stuff like that and you kind of want to spark a fight, this is really good because you can set them down. People can see it from far away. You can congregate, have a nice little fight, especially like on big servers, stuff like that. So it's actually a really good mod that can, you know, help spice up gameplay depending upon how you want to play. And even if you're not new or you don't do PvP and you just want something like this, this can help you out on any kind of gameplay that you do because they're not broken. The normal supply drops are actually kind of blech for the most part. So there are mods that really increase how you're going to get loot from these supply drops. But if you don't use those and you use this, you can summon them when you want or when you need, especially like ammo, books, stuff like that. So it really can help out any kind of gameplay you have. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the last mod. Okay, folks, so our last mod is called Lava Block by Seriously Not a Robot /Jewowder. It's actually a really cool mod that adds these little blocks you see, like I've got in my hand right here. They're called this lava block. Now, if you come in here and you type in lava, it shows you how to craft it. It says you craft it in the forge. You got to have a crucible. These are the materials you have to have. Now, for whatever reason, when I actually go into the forge to craft it, it doesn't craft right. Maybe the mod author will see this and be like, oh, hey, I need to take a look at that. But look at this thing. It looks seriously awesome. Now, I've got a whole bunch of extra traps and crap that I put out just to help, but look at how it looks. We're actually going to go into God mode and fly around real quick so we can see how it looks. I like this mod. This is a new mod. It came out just recently, but it's super duper cool because of how it looks. It's supposed to act like water and flow to fill in an area. It doesn't for whatever reason. It stays in block form, but I'm totally fine with that because it still looks awesome just the way it is. This mod in particular would be really good with like sorcery or Darkness Falls, stuff like that, where it's kind of got like a darker overtone. This would be really cool to have with that because you could build bases that fit a little bit more thematically with those overall mods, overhaul stuff. But if I go out of God mode and I show you guys, this thing actually does some damage. Like the fire is a lot stronger than normal. It burns for a hot minute. Like you saw 59 minutes of being on fire. That's a long damn time. There is a downside to this though, is that the actual blocks themselves, if we come here and we look at it, It doesn't have a whole lot of hit points and stuff. They should kind of be made indestructible. I don't know how difficult it would be to do that. It's really cool to have, though. Depending upon how you build a base, if you use these as just like a moat, like I've got here, you put down like a garage or a drawbridge or something like that to cross. It's not so bad. Depending upon how you use them, they're going to take a lot of damage from stuff, blowing up, spitting acid. Just depends upon how they're used, really. I think using them as like a moat like this is probably the better idea, just because one, it looks super cool, and two, any zombies that get hit, knocked into it are going to die quickly, especially if you've got something like this that's just knocking them around into it. It's really going to make a big difference on perimeter defense more so than active defense. But with that, we are done for the week. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have fun. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.